Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back. Let me give y'all some time to get in the building. I know that I am running a little behind, but hey, better late than never. Let's get in the building. Let's get in the building. Let's get our music going ready for y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Come in the building. Come in the building. Come in the building. Come in the building. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come in the building. Come in the building. Get in the building. Get in the building. Let's go. Get in the building. Come in the building. Come in the building. Yes, 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 sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. Better late than never. You see the title? Angel Reese and Isabelle Harrison get heated. Atlanta Dream dominates Toronto Temple 102 to 72. To 77. Come in the building. Fill it up. 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 Come in the building. Fill it up. Fill it up. Fill up the room. Fill up the room. Fill up the room. We are here. We are here. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Come in the building. 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 Yes, y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Come on in. Come on in. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Come in the building. Come in the building. Let's get it out. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Come on. Come on. Come on. We are live. There we go. We're pouring in the room. We're pouring in the building. We're pouring in the building. We're pouring in the building. What's going on, ADP? I see you, big girl. Live, laugh, love. I see you. Who else is in here? Donna C, Big Dog Sports. Who else we got? Brian Lewis is in the building. Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know that I am behind, but look, it was a busy, full day of work. Some of us have jobs. We have those regular jobs, and sometimes, you got to stay a little longer to pay the bill. Sometimes, you pay the cost to be the boss. Pay the cost to be the boss. What's going on, MSL? MSL, I'm going to get you up here in a little bit. Hey, what's going on, Grace? Still 5510. Hey, hey, hey. Pour in, pour in, pour in. Pour in, pour in, pour into the building. Pour into the building. Come on in. Pour into the building. There we go. Get those numbers rising. Get those numbers rising. Get those numbers rising. Let's go. Let's go. And so let's turn that down so we can go ahead. We just about to hit that 5-minute mark. I like to give everybody a little bit of time to come on in the building and get themselves settled in. And before we get started and get rocking. Before we get started and get rocking, in the meantime, let me go ahead and send the link to my 2 people. Y'all know who you are. All right, let me go to my email. Let me go to my email. I have not been at my laptop all day, guys. I have not. It's been a full day. Let's see. There we go. Let me see. Reply. Paste. I just sent it to you, MSL. I just sent it to you. Let's get ADP. Uh-oh. Let's get it to send. Stripping. There we go. Get ADP. All right. It is sent to both of you already. It is sent to both of you already. So here we go. Let's get into it. Now, let's go on and get the intro out of the way. Welcome back to Core Vision with So Pretty Tony, where we bring you the facts, the highlights, and the biggest stories in women's basketball. And so the biggest story that is being talked about right now, as you all know, is the big heated moment between Angel Reese and Isabelle Harrison. And so, with that being said, we're gonna break that down a little bit, talk a little bit about it, give our critique on that, our analysis on what we think versus what we actually see. On top of what we've seen, that is actually very visible for anyone to actually truly notice as to what's going on. What's going on? TW7525. I see in the building. Yes, indeed. The dominance, and also we're going to talk about the dominance of the Dream over Toronto, of the 102-77 victory. It's going to be super easy. The biggest talking points wasn't just the scoreboard. It was the heated confrontation between Angel and Isabelle, as we know, we just talked about, and that has the fans buzzing across social media. So let's see what's going on and why is it such a big buzz. We know that we've heard multiple of takes on what they saw and how they felt about the injection. Should it have been an ejection for Isabelle Harrison, or was it absolutely definitely warranted? So let's break it down. Angel Reese monster performance and what the win means for Atlanta moving forward. All right. All right, let's get my face on the screen here. Let's get my face on the screen. Y'all know how it goes. Y'all know how it goes. I'm gonna just let y'all know I done put some people up out of my. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Hey, MSL, the link is already sent to you. ADP, if you want to come up, the link is already sent to you. Hey, guys, I'm making sure that my mic is visible so y'all can just hear me through and through. Look, we had a lot of different hot takes, a lot of different opinions on this. So let me go ahead and make sure I'm very clear sound in what I'm saying by taking the sound all the way down to here. If you're in the building, make sure you hit the like button. There's almost 50 people in the building. I need you to hit the like button. Come on. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, this nice, Tony. Hey, come on in the building. I know, ADP. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robot. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robot. Before we get going, let's go ahead and get the stats up here real quick. Let's get the stats up here real quick. Add to the stage. Actually, I want to go here, right? Because it just makes it easier for me. I like the look. I don't want to cover up my artwork. I think that my artwork is absolutely amazing. And I think when we cover it up, it just takes away the aesthetics of the show. What's going on, Twala? I see you, Russell. Thanks for coming to the building. Hey, I see you, Skull Brain Nation. Let's just call it what it is. Mad to Rock took Rook. Let's see, Mad or Rook took her spot, and jealousy a real thing. Jealousy is very much so a real thing, and we definitely gonna call it exactly what it is. Isabelle Harrison has had, in my opinion, from what I see, because this was much more of a more personable game for Isabelle than it was, in fact, the true deal of Izzy doing what she needed to do to help her team Toronto win. It was more of a showboat thing for her, how she can outplay Angel, and vice versa. Let's get ADP up here. What's going on, ADP? Glad you're in the building. Glad you are in the building. And as a matter
Hey,
of fact,
Tone.
let's put you right. Let's put this right here. Wait a minute. 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 Wait a
Let me
minute.
put
There
my
we go.
it's my
There you go. There you go. And I can
okay, I'm
even
gonna
change us to down here because I think this here too is a more of an aesthetic look as well for this piece. Let me fix my imagery. My imagery got to be perfect. I'm real anal about
oh,
that stuff. I'm real anal about that. There we go. Uh, Save, update.
okay.
Okay. So now that we're here, people can see us. They get to see my artwork. I don't have anything covered. This is what we.
Oh, I love it.
You love it. You know what? Let me try
Yeah,
one
you
more thing.
throwing it up, Tony.
I'll just scoot us up just a tad bit so we sitting in a chair. Let's get us in a chair. Let's get us in a chair. There we go. There we go. We're in a chair now. ADP. We sitting in the chair. We sitting in the chair. We sit in the chair. But guys, yes, definitely so. When we think about this whole situation and what took place, um, there's a lot of things that we can take from this. And it took me some time to actually calm down from the actual situation, right? Because I was actually pretty heated. And see, I sent the link. Yeah, I sent the link in your email. I sent the link in your email. I sent an email. Go to your email. Yeah, it's more to this, right? It would be easy if Izzy was having a great game because she wanted to basically help her team win. This was more of one of those moments, in my opinion. Now, mind you, my opinion, right? ADP, my opinion, chat. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think everyone is thinking the way that I'm thinking. This looked very intentional to try to prove, hey, you took my spot. I didn't like what your fans did to me when we were on Chicago. So now I'm going to show
Yeah.
you something, right? It wasn't one of those moments where she was just playing the game. And this to me, Izzy is 32 years old. She is of well aged to be able to do her job as a veteran and show Angel the right way to do things. As well as Angel was very, very kind and very nice to all of her teammates. From our understanding, we know that she has opened up her heart. She's given, right? And she's everything that she's blessed with, she's basically kind of offered the hand to show them how to do the same, right? And Izzy is a veteran. So for this to come from someone like Izzy, who's a veteran, that should have been doing her due diligence as a veteran and showing Angel the ropes around the league and the do's and the don'ts. She chose to take the road of violence. And I'm gonna say the road of violence because as you look at the game, multitude of different um, angles of different plays and of different parts of plays defensively for Toronto while Angel was on offense. You could see all the different fouls and things that was displayed, and it's just unreal. But let's go over the scoreboard real quick, and that's why I have it up here so I can go ahead and get it back down. Of case we
Okay.
know, and we've seen it 100 times over. ADP. Uh,
Okay.
Atlanta Dream won 102-77. Let's break it down by quarters. You had um, Toronto beat Atlanta 25-13 in the first quarter. They had to find themselves, and them finding their footing is really, really crazy to me. Every game, we always start off like this. I need them to take what they're doing pretty much in the third quarter. They picked it up a lot in the second quarter because this is something that they typically would do in the second half when they come out in the third quarter. But they beat Toronto um, 34-14 in that third quarter.
That's
34
that's good.
14.
We were talking about that third
Yes.
quarter.
Yes. That's the second quarter. The second quarter, she killed. They Dream killed Toronto because it was
Mm-hmm.
all about Izzy in that first quarter, right? They let Izzy go ham. Angel, it takes her a minute. Okay, let me try to figure out and adjust. She hadn't really played in a game setting against Izzy other than the couple of minutes that she was given last year in New York, which was not very many minutes. So naturally, Angel was able to dominate then because, she definitely loves to go hard, play hard against Jackwell, and especially Stewie, right? Is big for her to really get involved in that. Hey, welcome at MSL. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. All right.
Oh,
So then we fall into the second quarter, and it's 23 to
hello.
20. Hey, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Hey, ADP.
yeah.
Hey,
So
MSM.
yeah, so in that third quarter, we came back from the break in the third quarter. Um, it's kind of almost seemed like they're in a trance, but they're trying to get their feet back up under them once again, and they ended up only winning that quarter by 3. So after winning the second quarter 34 to 14, they won the third quarter 23 to 20. And then we roll into the fourth quarter, and they had another monstrous game. Definitely adding Angel to the realm of that by also also by just killing them in third. It was 32 to 18. 32 to 18. Atlanta never took their foot off the gas after the second quarter, or well, after the first quarter, right? They put their foot on the gas in the second quarter, and they never looked back at that point. It took They took Marina Mabry up out of her game, didn't allow her to get off on her shots, and the same thing with Brittany Sykes. She just couldn't clog and attack the basket like she's been able to do most teams. However, we are going to see them again this weekend. I believe it's on the 22nd. We're going to see them again. So hopefully we'll see how that goes, and it will be in Atlanta. So hopefully, it'll be a much better feel and vibe. I don't know. I'm sure that Izzy will be back. Will Izzy be playing, or will Satu, the young Sabli uh, sister, be back? So I believe that she will be back. Narera Sabli, she should be back. Kiki, of course, won't be back because she's still out the remainder of the year with that ankle injury, left ankle injury. But Sabli will be back, and when Sabli comes back, that is Sabli's spot. So, now, regardless to whether they feel that Izzy will be able to do the same thing and mimic the same numbers for them for the first half, because literally without her in that first half, I don't think that Toronto would have won even the first quarter. Um, it was just the bad play of Angel in that first half that afforded Izzy to be able to do some of the things she did. Now, she didn't always attack the rim. She took some outside shots. She can shoot the ball outside. Izzy has moved around the league. She has been several places. She's been with the Aces. She's been with the Wings. She's been with the Sky. She's been in New York. Now she's with the Toronto Temple. So she's been around the league uh, throughout her tenure here in the W, not to mention overseas teams that she's played for. So you would hope at some point that veterans such as her will grow up, because that was definitely childish. That was definitely childish. Her behavior, the whole entire display that she gave was just utterly out of line. It was out of line. No, you can't. There's no other way you can put this. And I'm gonna say this to old Flage's mama. Flage, we love you. We watch you. We support you. But yo mama Kia, she gotta stop. If you don't have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
I heard she said something.
Right.
What did she do? What did she say?
Right.
She said that she saw only thing that she said all she saw watching this game, all I saw was two beautiful young ladies playing hard nosed basketball. Like that's all she said, but it was enough, right? You said in the midst of someone that you didn't have a good feel about, someone that you basically said some nasty things about while they were in college, all because her and your daughter had a moment. That was between her and your daughter. You took it to the street. You took it to social media. Um, so in that instance, as a parent, I would not, regardless to whether I'm my daughter's keeper, business, partner, manager, owner, whatever. No, I'm not going to get in the middle of that, right? Because when you do, you put yourself in a position to be talked about. So now back to the scores. Let's get to Toronto. You had Izzy with 17 points. She went 17-3. She was 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from the 3-point line, and she was 3 of 3 from the free throw line. She had a steal and 2 blocks. Then you had Laura, who had 5 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and she had the 3 turnovers. So I would make that a negative, right? That's just a slate. And she also has 1 steal. Sykes, 11 points. She got 11 points the hard way. She was 5 of 12, 0 of 2 from the 3-point line, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers. Again, that's one of those things where I cancel that out. If you got 4 assists and 4 turnovers, that's crazy to me, right? I say the same thing about Angel. So do understand that Angel gets the same treatment when it comes to that. She has a block. Then we get to Marina Mabry. Marina Mabry, 9 points, 2 of 11 from the field, 2 of 7 from the 3-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 1 block. And then you have Alaman, who had 13 points, 5 of 8 from the field, 3 of 3 from the 3-point line, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, 2 blocks. From the bench, you had Conde, Maria Conde, who had 12 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. 2 turnovers. She was 4 of 9 from the field, is what I was trying to get to. Yeah, she's 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from the 3-point line. Then you got Key. Key came in for 6 minutes. She didn't do anything. She gave you 2 rebounds, 2 assists, a turnover, and a block. And then Terry for Benley. Benley had 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 5 from the field. Kia Nurse, 1 of 1. She took 1 shot. She played 8 minutes. She was efficient there because she only took 1 shot, which was a 3-point shot. And she made it. She had 1 rebound along with that. And then we get down to Timmy. Timmy had played 4 minutes, only had 1 rebound, a turnover, and a steal. That was about the best of what they had. They were 28 of 65 from the field for 43%, 9 of 24 from the 3-point line for 38%, and 12 of 16 from the free throw line for 75%. They snagged down 24 rebounds and had 15 turnovers. And this is just reiterating because we went over this last night, but I'm doing it once again since it's a new day. We have Naz Hillman, 9 points, 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from the 3-point line, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. We get Angel Reese. Angel Reese played 27 minutes. She had 15 points, 6 of 19 from the field. Yes, she was in a shooting slump early on, missing quite a few chippies. But as we notice, MSL and ADP, a few of those misses were due to some hard fouls that she took that she absolutely did not complain about. And when I mean she didn't complain about it, she didn't. She just went on the other end. One time I saw her raise her hand like, what is going on? But she took it like a champ. She moved on. She got into the next play. And so with that being said, that's why her shooting percentage looked the way it is. She still was a plus 18 in this game. Did not take any threes. She was 3 of 6 from the free throw line. 2 of those was an emotional moment when she basically got hammered by Izzy and she missed those 2 free throws. And then she had an and 1 after that. And so she was able to complete that. She had also 1 assist, 2 turnovers, a steal, and a block. We get with Alicia Gray. She played 35 minutes, 26 points, 8 of 14 from the field, 5 of 9 from the 3-point line, 6 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal. We get to Canada. Canada played 28 minutes. She had 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. I do notice, guys, that she tend to pass up the three ball a lot, trying to get to the cup. And when she's getting to that cup, it just I don't know. It's definitely a hit and miss. More of a miss than it is a hit. However, moving right along. She had 5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 steals. Although she didn't have a great shooting night, she did have 9 assists, which absolutely helped the team, along with Gray's 7 assists. So when you're giving your team 16 assists a game, just between 2 players, that's heavy. That's really good. Then we get down to Ryan. Ryan had 24 points, 9 of 18 from the field, 4 of 11 from the 3 point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She had a very efficient night. She had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, which is very good. 1 steal, 3 blocks. And from the bench, I'm gonna tell you, we got 17 points from Barley's. 17 for 18 minutes. She was 5 of 6 from the field. Kudos, kudos, kudos to Barlays for a job well done, guys. She was 5 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3 point line, 5 of 5 from the free throw line with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. 38 36 to 82 from the field for the Dream, who had 44%. Then 14 to 36 for 39% from the 3 point line, and 16 of 20 for 80% from the free throw line. I think that if we could have gotten the remainder, which of course 3 of those free throws were Angels and 1 was from Alicia Gray, if we could have gotten those last 4 free throws and had a perfect night, that would have been outstanding. However, we're okay with where we are, having won the game 102 to 77 and snagging down 44 rebounds to, of course, Toronto's 24, and then also only having 8 turnovers to Toronto's 15. I would have loved them to even cut that down to 5, but hey, once again, whatever works. We pushed the tempo. We did a great job. I'm so excited and ecstatic of what they did. Before I move on, ADP and MSL, do y'all have anything for this scoring table?
You want to go first, ADP?
Well, I don't have too much to say about the scoring. I just want to say that Angel could have had way more points than that if they had called those fouls correctly. I know
Absolutely.
she was off. I know she was off to like a slow start, but I think that I still believe part of that is a strategy she's using because in the beginning of the season, they keep wanting to foul her out in that first quarter. But hey, it that could just be me.
What's
Um,
the strategy again, ADP? I know you mentioned it, but I didn't
No,
quite get it.
I said it could be a part of it where she, what they were starting to do this season was already try to give her as many fouls in that first quarter. And you
Mhm.
notice she kind of does this a little bit each quarter. If you watch, she don't start off as slow Tony at MSL, but she does do that. So
You
I don't
saying
know.
she doesn't have as much contact in the first quarter. She tries to avoid people.
Yeah, I think that she try. I think that she tries to in the beginning in that first quarter. I think she tries to do that so that she don't get fouled out in that first quarter. Because remember, they were giving her so many fouls in that first quarter.
Uh-huh.
Just
That's what
possible.
I think. I'm thinking that we know how Angel can be, right? We know what she can do. We know the dog in her. I just think it's part of it. I'm not saying that's the full.
But
I'm making excuses for her or
no,
nothing
but
like that.
nonetheless, you brought up a good point, and I'll just incorporate the stats with what you're bringing up. I mean,
Okay.
obviously, what this incident has shown is it
Uh-huh.
pulls back a broader picture, and
Mhm.
that's that for 3 years or 3 seasons, ever since the All Star break or around the time that Angel had that 27 points and 2 3 pointers against Seattle in the 2024 season. It seemed, and she
Right.
was quote unquote taking lead of the all rookie or the rookie of the year. Sorry, that all of
Right.
a sudden her calls down low, she was not getting them, and it seems like for every 3 or 4 times she went up, maybe she would get the call. And of course, this lowers your scoring average. This lowers your shooting percentage, etc., and then the quote unquote trolls, almost in unison, you wonder, they point out the shooting percentage, even though it's never as low as the other girl, but that's another,
Yeah.
that's another story. And they try to and go, oh, you're missing layups, you're missing layups. But the problem is, and we've discussed this before, if you're
Yeah.
talking to a troll, there's no point in mentioning that she's being fouled and they're not calling it because they're never going to believe you. And it just sounds like, it just sounds like a cliche. But
Right.
what happened yesterday is clear evidence that this happens because we've seen so many still shots with her getting hit in the face, with her getting hit on the forehead, the back of her neck, with
Yeah.
Izzy interlocking her arm, with hitting in the back of her head, and none of these fouls are called. Not one foul was called for her when the
Right.
offense was initiated down low by her. She only got calls when she started driving to the basket from the outside or from the perimeter. She got those calls in the third or fourth quarter, but not in the first quarter. So it has to give us a referendum on, and it needs to be discussed in the media. I'm not sure if it ever was, that
Uh-huh.
Angel Reese is not being officiated properly. And everyone on this panel knows you can make an argument why. Just follow the money without getting,
Right.
into details right now. Just follow the money. But you can make a credible argument that this is happening because, and this needs to be discussed. I hope people like Carrie Champion start talking about this and her partners start talking about this, or the guys on Speakeasy, though I don't think they will.
Right.
Maybe
Right.
some people on ESPN will, but this needs to be discussed because Angel Reese has not been officiated properly. And that offensive foul where she barely did and turned around, they called the foul. And then after that, she touched someone on defense. They called the foul on her. So you're getting slapped around all game, and you touch
Yeah.
someone, and that's what they give her fifth foul on. It was just. I've never seen someone as poorly as
Mm-mm.
officiated as
Yeah.
she was in that game, and obviously that emboldened Izzy because
Yes.
Izzy, she's like, oh, no one's calling anything. So
Yeah.
hey,
I'm gonna
so
keep
Mhm.
doing it. I'm gonna tear
Right.
up.
Keep
Yeah.
doing it. Yep.
it was like it was, and you hate to use these type of terms, but it was like seeing a rabid dog. At some point she just started frothing at the mouth. She
Uh-huh.
lost it, that part of the brain that says, well, maybe I shouldn't do, like, it was just crazy. Like it was almost like you were seeing someone being overtaken by a demon or something. I mean, and the thing is, I mean, yeah, Linda Blair, right?
Yeah.
And Miss Maya had made a great point. She said in the chat, Izzy had no self control whatsoever. She let her misplaced rage get the better of her, and she actually blames Angel for something that was out of AR's control. And I
That's out of
agree
her
with that.
control. Absolutely. One hundred
This
percent.
wasn't about
100%.
basketball. This wasn't
It
about
wasn't.
basketball because you've been a bench warmer your whole career. You're a bench warmer
Say it.
now. You a bench warmer in New York. You're a
Yeah.
bench warmer now. Desably the lesser is not playing. That's the
Yeah.
only reason why you started. So this can't be about basketball because you've been a bench warmer your whole career.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, and as you said, Tony, Angel was nice to her. She took her to the concert with Meg, etc., all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, she is all the bad stereotypes of WNBA players, right? As
Yeah.
far as being the older players, being deceitful, unhelpful, you
Yeah.
know, greedy, selfish. It's just terrible. And it's because of people like her why Angel breathes so much life into people like Okad and Navarre and
Yeah.
Sika Kone
Yeah.
and Izzy Borlace, etc., because she wouldn't want them to have an experience like this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally 100% agree with that too. You know, I think that as we continue to watch players that she play against, let's take Aces last year, right? And let's throw them in there for in the mix for a second. And I'm only throwing them in the mix for a second is because Dana Evans, they won the championship. And what did Dana Evans say immediately thereafter?
She
What
went
she
after,
said,
I,
yeah, she went after
yeah,
Angel.
I don't
alleged,
remember exactly what she said,
alleged.
but she said something smart
Like, this
towards
is still on your mind.
Angel.
This is still on your
Yes,
mind. Like,
this
what
is
is
still on your
right?
mind. You just won a championship. This young lady not even in the playoffs, didn't even make the
Right.
playoffs. still on the team where she's just struggling, right? The team already gave her a hammer, and then you add to that by your comments. Like, when do you ladies grow up, right? She is
When
much
they
more
messed around
mature
and
than
found
all of
out.
them are together. It's just crazy. And I think the thing that got me the most, and I'm glad I waited till today to do my show versus last night. I tried to find some time last night to do it, simply because I had to sit, and I don't want to be an emotional uh, person who's coming up here just speaking on behalf of Angel and the things that happened to her and get all emotional about it, right? I think that when you look at the game as a whole, with Sykes just did not play well, but then you go back to Dana, right? You go back to Dana because you think of Unrival, you think of the Aces last year, and just different things like that, right? And then it goes back to the first year where Izzy and Dana decided they were going to come out and spill all of this stuff and try to talk real negatively, in a roundabout way about Angel, but definitely throwing jabs at Teaspoon. But then, when you win something, when you high, like she was high last year, she won something. She won a championship. She won a second championship. And the first thing that you can think of is to come after a young 23-year-old, because this year she's 24, right? You're coming after a 23-year-old. And how old are you? That's what I'm saying. And then last night, I'm saying the same thing. Izzy, you are, you're pretty much, eight
She's
years,
32, right?
9 years. Yeah, she's 32. Like, you're dang near 9 years older than Angel, because she just turned
Correct.
a certain age,
24,
right?
right?
It's like when is it that you're gonna figure out that I have to let things go? I'm taking something out on a player that is out of her control. You were hurt, and so Angel took a spot. But Angel was coming off the bench because Izzy was hurt, Williams started, and Cardoso started. But Cardoso
But
got
when
hurt.
she got the
So
opportunity, Tony,
Angel, yeah. Well, the
she
thing
didn't
is, she
play
got an
good.
opportunity. No, she just didn't. She didn't. She had
But
spurts, and that's because she was coming from an injury. And that's why I said I wanna come from a place of genuine basketball, right? I could be negative, but I'm coming from genuine basketball. She was actually hurt. She was injured. She was coming from her injury, and she wasn't prepared yet, and she was on she was on minute restriction early on. So, with that being said, you couldn't play anyway the way you wanted to play. So somebody had to play. Why not Angel, right? Camilla gets hurt. Now Angel is in the starting lineup for sure, because now it has to be her and E Will. E Will gets hurt, and by that time, Cardosa has made it back, right? Um, so Cardosa's in there. You had Turner. They didn't use Bree Turner, right? They didn't use Izzy. So my thing is, okay, whatever that coach saw at that time, that's that coach's business, right? If you don't like the coach is doing, asked to move around at some point. And if you're not able to move around, then you have to live within the realm of the game of which is afforded to you, right? Because you still want to get paid or not. So she still wanted to get paid. So of course she's there. So now you got Angel and Camilla starting, because essentially Angel played so well throughout the time Cardoso was out. Now you need somebody on the floor with Cardoso to kind of get her motor going again. And this is the things that we saw. So I don't know, where is it that she felt like she needed to be on the floor immediately, right? When she got ready to come off a minute restriction. Because the minutes that was afforded to her, just like you said, Eddie P, she just did not perform well. Could she
and
have
then
worked? Maybe so, but she just didn't.
and then the other component is you're not talking about someone who, and even if this was the case, it wouldn't be an excuse, but you're not
Right.
talking about someone who ended up being a similar player like you. You're talking
Yeah.
about someone who's been an all-star their first 2 years and will almost certainly legitimately be an all-star their third year, whether they're voted in by the fans or voted in by by the coaches. So the only thing I could see her doing is she was trying to pump herself up,
Right.
which to have some motivation, but unfortunately, kind of like a lot of murders that happen sometimes, or a lot
Yeah.
of assaults that happen sometimes, your best laid plans kind of went awry because you let your emotions or pride or whatever, get to you. And what we saw, quite frankly, was a shit show and a
Mhm.
meltdown and a meltdown by Izzy because it did not make her look good. Everybody's talking about her wig, everybody, and she's a pretty woman in her own right, but
Right.
but everyone's talking about her wig. Everybody's talking about how evil she looked. Everybody's talking about the wicked witch, laugh because what did this girl do to you? I mean, she didn't do anything to you. And what I found interesting about watching that, despite all the fouls that took place, one of the things I noticed was if you look at Angel's games, the last 6, 7, 8 games, I mean, she's really putting up some big numbers. And
She
whether or
is.
not they were trying to stop her from winning Player of the Week, I don't know if she's going to win it or if she already won it or she's
It's
in the
all
running.
good.
Yeah.
I don't know, but she had just dropped 25-9. She had 17-17, 18-17, etc. And
Uh-huh.
in this game, the way she started out, even though she missed her shots, she looked unstoppable. Like
She did.
like
Yeah,
her
yeah.
like she looked unstoppable. Like she got to the hoop with impunity. Right? Like and Izzy was playing her hard, 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 but she could not stop her. And one of the interesting things that I brought up on Broclard show last night with ADP, Tony, was historically, normally, and you got Big Dog and other people in the chat. Oh,
Uh,
and you yourself, Tony, you know this. In basketball, when you get position in front of the basket and seal your defender to the point where they can't move you, when
right.
you turn around and make that shot, unless it's a clear, clean block, the offensive player normally gets the benefit of the doubt because when you get someone pinned that far low under the basket, you normally get the call. But
Right.
we've watched Angel so much, we've gotten used to her not getting the call
Exactly.
when you to the point where we don't realize how hard it is to
It's
pin
extremely hard.
someone and seal someone because even big ass Camilla at 6'7" still don't know how to seal properly, and other
Mm.
players like that. And
Yeah.
when Angel seals you, you don't move.
You
She
don't
only
move.
moves. She only moves because of a 3-second violation. She knows she has to get out. So this is a skill, and so she's got the strength to hold you, and then she's got the explosiveness and the speed to put a move on you.
Yeah.
Because now that she has space, you really see how she can play down low when she has space. And so
Yeah.
I was just looking at her. I was like, God damn, she's just all over the place. She's missing all these shots, whether it's because of excitement and because she was playing Izzy. Let's be real, and or a
Right.
combination of her getting hit on every shot. Brian Lewis, who's very smart in the chat, pointed out that he rewatched the game and she got hit on every shot that she took
Yes.
down low
Yes.
in the
Yes.
first
I
Yeah,
went back. I
yeah.
saw it.
in the
Yeah.
first and second quarter. But saying all that, I don't think a lot of people realize this. Remember, in her last year, whether it was a hand surgery or Sloot not sharing her the ball,
Uh-huh.
she started off averaging 7, 8, 9 points a game
Yes. Just
with
wouldn't
that
give him the
terrible
ball.
shooting
Yeah.
percentage.
Yeah.
And then in the last 10 or 13 games, whatever it was, she didn't play because she only played 30 games. And
Right.
she ended with a 14.6 average, and everyone felt 14.7. And everyone felt that if she would have kept playing, she would have probably averaged 15, 16, 17 points. But more
Right.
than likely, she didn't want to play for Chicago no more, so she stopped. Well, guess what, guys? We're in the 13th game, and you want to know what her average is? 14.6 points,
14.6.
including yesterday's game of 15.
Yeah.
So 14. So she's already there. So for those people who was like, well, what's going to happen when she comes to Atlanta? She's already at her average
Right at
from
her
last
average.
year. Right. And if she keeps being incorporated in the offense, which it seems is going to
Right.
happen, it's not going to stop. It's
Right.
not going to stop. Then her average is going to be anywhere from 15 and change to maybe 16, 17, 18, 19 points, depending on, how the game, how the game goes.
Right.
So, and then her rebounds are up now because she's creeping down low a little bit more instead of always keeping on the perimeter. So now it went from 11.9 before the game to 12.3.
Yeah.
She only had one assist, but we know those are going to creep up depending on how the game flows. And her
Yeah.
steals are 1.4. So right now, as y'all know, she's in the top 25 in 5 categories. And when she gets her assist up, she'll be in the top 25 in 6 categories. And we hope that she will also creep those assists up, which we know she can, along with
Right.
the scoring. And something I don't know if y'all heard, they said the 11 offensive rebounds she had yesterday was the second most in WNBA history.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the things
Yeah.
that I wanted and I like that you brought those stats up because those stats are important, right? Let's get us up
Uh-huh.
to the top here. Those stats are important. Um, One of the things that I noticed, and let me see if I have it here. Let me go to my document
If she
here.
just gets her shooting percentage up to 47-48, which we think she will, she'll she'll
Uh-huh.
be she'll be almost 16 points a game, 17 points a game.
Yeah, which is going to be no sweat. That's going to be no sweat. Literally no sweat. Let me see. I'm going to click on this here because this is something that I want to pull up. Just to go back to reiterate some of these things. Edit. Let's see.
Yeah, Brian Lewis says her last 4 games, she's 19 and 15 rebounds, 19 points, 15 rebounds.
Yeah. Yup. I like it.
And of course, last night was 27 minutes. Despite, and she did that 15, 17, going through everything she went through, because as we all know, a lot of people, if they would have went through what she experienced, they'd
Yeah.
have probably not played, took the rest of the half out, or they would have just been frustrated all over the place. And that's something else we didn't talk about, but I know you guys as women know this more than anything, the emotional trauma and reflection that
It's
she had to
huge.
go through in
It's
that
huge.
game, because those tears, whether they were tears of anger or not, they obviously came from, because she's sitting there saying, I've been fouled this whole flipping game. The refs don't do a goddamn thing. And now this heifer is going to pull me from behind, take my headband off, and possibly hurt me. And she did tell her coach
But
that she's trying to hurt her, and the refs, like, and she's probably like, am I in the Truman Show? Like, what the hell is going
What is
on here?
going on? Yeah.
And
What
she's
is going
probably
yeah,
like,
on?
why does stuff
but
like this have to happen to me?
Yeah.
yeah, and the thing is, this just didn't start this year. This started Angel's first year up in the W, and when they found
Yeah.
out when they started finding out who she was, and she was getting those double doubles like that, that's when it became a problem. The problem was they didn't see Angel Reese as a threat. They didn't really watch her in college basketball, because if they did, they would have known what
She's she's
they
unstoppable
would they
down there. That's why they
underestimated,
have to
right.
do it.
They
Yeah.
underestimated Angel Reese, right? And listen, guys, it does not matter what team Angel Reese goes to,
She's
whether
gonna take it over.
no, it's what I'm saying is it's not about the coaches. You don't know if Angel Reese gets on those teams and they will protect her the same way. We don't officially know that, because we're running into a second team right now, and we're like, when are you going to say something? But the minute, like I said, the minute they found out who Angel Reese was, that's when it really started. It is so many players, and down to the coaches too, that are has jealousy and being strife when it comes to Angel Reese.
Well,
So
Sandy, I was very disappointed in Sandy,
Yeah. Sandy. You know what? That's where I was going next. MSL. Go ahead.
because I had heard that I watched the game, but I didn't see it. But I had heard that when Olivia started joining with whoever on the Aces bench, Cheryl Reeves basically, whether she yoked her up or whatever she did, basically told her, "Girl, you better come over here and stop running your mouth." And Sandy, with her 2 titles and her resume, could have,
Uh-huh.
especially to a bench player like Izzy, could have done the same thing. And
Yeah.
she did not. So I'm very, very disappointed in that. Smesco, I don't know if he did,
Yeah.
he could have went to Sandy first and like a timeout or a commercial break or something like that and said, "Hey, you need to get it together." And if she didn't, then he could have went to the ref. So I killed him last night on Bro Claude show. And hopefully the fans and people have complained and argued enough to where they realize what happened, because to ADP's point, you're not just dealing with a regular basketball player here, because, and I'm sure Angel, whether she did or whether she didn't, you don't want to say, hey, there's drama with this person. You just want to fit in and be with your teammates. But when something like that pops off, he has to say to her, okay, Angel, give me the background on this. What's going on?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. She's da 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 da. Okay, oh I'll look out for it, and I'll go to the ref and say, hey, da 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 da, because otherwise she could have gotten seriously hurt. And Izzy's just one component. The other component is the refs and how they, and the horrendous officiating they did last night. And the third component is the officiating to Angel overall this year, because obviously he had a this year that needs to be addressed also. And whether you do it through talking to the refs, whether you do it through getting texts, whether you get it through your press conferences, or whether you get it from the president's office of your team to the league, and or all the above, something needs to be done. Because the reason why she doesn't get the fouls is because she establishes position so easily that if they call the fouls the way they were supposed to, this girl would score 20 to 25 points a game.
And don't forget Mac and Cheese out there. She played a part in that too, because Mac and Cheese was fouling Angel too. It's almost as if, I don't know what it is. It's almost as if
she hit her in the back of the head, and they called it a block shot. But she hit her in the back of the head. That's not cool. That's like the block that they claimed Camilla had on her, and Camilla visibly bumped her with her shoulder before the block. That's a foul. So she is not getting the calls. And even though she has great stats, how much better would her stats be if she was actually officiated properly? And she got hit on every shot in the first quarter.
Angel,
it was bad.
If Angel was reffed properly, it would be an easy 20-20, 20-25 for her game. Super easy, right? She has too many runs to the basket along with rebounding, right? Now you allow teams to kind of clear out the way, because it's like, okay, now I got to play straight up. I can't get the little sneaky jabs in. And I saw someone say, yeah, Brandello did that last year. Yes, she did. But the thing about that is this. Jacquel and those guys, they play hard nosed, but they're not
dirty
like that. They're not violent like that. Stewie she's going to play the best of her ability, and she's going to try and block her out as much as possible, but she is not going to be a dirty player.
And Angel actually had 21 points the game they played in September.
Yeah,
that's right, Tony. That's a good point you brought up.
That's a good point. So you just have to think about the type of personnel. You got Mabry and you got Izzy. Right, both of those ladies played, and Nurse. All of them played with Angel. They played with Angel, so it's let's get her, but not in a sense, guys. And don't take it wrong. And maybe it is, but I'm not gonna say that that's what it is. Oh, let's get her because we don't like her. Oh, well, let's get her because we know that if we don't, man.
It makes you wonder, though, right?
Yeah, it does make you wonder, right? It does, but you got to understand that. We know the type of beast she is on the board, so we're gonna do any and everything that we can to keep her off the boards. So if that means hack her, pull her, grab her, if the ref if he called two of them, then we got to get hands off, right? But if the ref don't call it, we're gonna keep going, and that's kind of like the sense of what I got in that game.
Yeah, but I think what freaked out yesterday, they called none.
Yeah,
Tony, it's almost as if it's more to it, Tony. I've
No,
seen
it's
it
it's
and
definitely
kiss.
more
Like
to
it's
it.
almost as if she snapped. It's almost as if Izzy snapped in a, but
Yes,
she
she
didn't
did.
snap,
Yes, she
snap.
did.
But she snapped and took herself out of the game and went to a whole different
and
level
Yeah,
made it
of.
wholly
she made
personal.
we know she
Yes,
made it personal. We know she made it personal. Okay? We know
And I
it's
lost a
personal.
lot of respect for Brondello because as soon as she saw her acting up, she should have grabbed her ass and been
Yes.
like, "Come on, let's go," just to
Yeah.
let them know this is embarrassing, and I'm sorry that this happened because, but to let her act like a junkyard, like a rabid dog like that,
Mhm.
I lost a lot of respect for Sandy.
Yeah,
and this is
I did not like that Sandy allowed that to go on. It's crazy. Go ahead.
and the only reason why I'm up here holding a little bit strong is because I got Tony and MSL up here, guys. But this is heartbreaking. This is heartbreaking to see someone's child that could be our daughter, our niece, or our friends' kids have to. Oh, sorry, guys, have to constantly go through this. It's just crazy.
Well,
It's enough is
it
enough.
pretty
Change is
yeah.
coming. Watch what I tell you. Change is coming.
It pretty broke my heart too. I'm gonna say this after I kind of got off and then I watched Pro Claude for a little bit and I just kind of sat for maybe about a good 45 minutes just
Yeah, Tony, you
thinking
got you
about
got
Reddit
how
Milky Way
this
was saying
made
that Kia Nurse
Angel
was over her
feel.
saying, "Good job, Izzy," when she
Yeah,
was
she
walking
Yeah,
out.
said
that's what
good
everybody
job,
was saying on
Izzy.
Threads, but Tony was
But
saying she was
look,
sitting down
right?
thinking
So
about
listen to this, and this is what I'm gonna take from that, right? When you and this is what is being said, and there was a part of the thread where I think Keisha read it. She read it while we were on live last night on Full Court Trio, right?
it. Yeah,
The fans and the players, they all thought that it was just a hard nose foul, right? But when you go back and you look at it in slow motion and they see exactly like the fans was like, look, we did not know that she was crying. We did not know that this hurt her like that. Do not look, we are great fans. We don't basically we don't want nothing to do with that. We saw it happen. We didn't realize it was like that or it was that bad. Because in the midst and as things go, you just look at it as a hard nosed foul. That was Falage's mom, right? Making this statement and people thinking that that's what it is until you start to slow it down. And like I told them, there was two actions prior to that happening, right? Uh, Izzy Angel came across the lane. Izzy hit her with an elbow in the back of her head. Angel goes to post. She popped Angel's arm down. Angel arm goes back up, and yes, it hit Izzy, but Izzy grabbing her the way she did was just unnecessary. The thing that got to me the most, it wasn't so much of the foul, it was just the fact that this young lady has taken so much and it was a toll, it just took a toll in that moment. It took a toll in that moment and Angel
yes,
has
Tony.
never cried. She goes through so much.
Oh,
All of the
right.
stuff that happens to her on social media, all the stuff that people say about her, podcasters, newscasters, um, everybody, right? Whether it's good or bad, but most of the time the negative stuff, the way it weighed on her, right? But to listen to the heartfelt of the fans of Toronto, I gotta give them a big ups because again, like they said, we just seeing a play and we just think it's a hard nose. And if you're on the other side of the court, you definitely not
It's
gonna
just
know
boom, boom. You
exactly what it
don't
was.
always
It's
see
just right.
everything.
You don't know what you're seeing until, like they said, they saw it on the jumbotron, and it was like, whoa. But then you go and people are on Twitter uh during the game after Izzy left, and they said, I feel so bad because I was one that was, cheering Izzy on, not knowing the severity of it. And they cold-heartedly apologized and don't hold this against the fans. We are really good fans. We love Angel, different things like that. So it was hard. It was definitely warming to hear that from the
Right.
fans of Toronto, right? Because they don't condone this. This isn't something that they want, and they don't definitely don't want that for their team. And I'm looking
Hmm.
at Brittany face, and Sykes is like,
Yeah, I saw
oh my
Sykes'
Yeah,
God,
she
like, what
face
wasn't
do
with
I
it.
on
do?
the
Like,
one on the one
do
that they
I for my
called a
team,
jump
or do
ball.
I, yeah, or do
Yeah,
I
Sykes was
just,
sitting there like, I
you
ain't down
know,
with this. I'm
she ain't
not down
down
with
with it.
this.
But she
Right,
also
right.
can't run to Angel's aid either, right? Because now it makes it look like she's not with her team. So just
Right.
she just kind of froze in that moment, and she's looking, and like it's just unsurreal, right? You turn around, and you even had one where Sykes fouled her, right? I mean, clearly across her whole body, in front of her whole face. You got who is the other player? Um what's her name? Benley. She hits she hits Angel right across
She
the
hit her in her
nose.
neck. She hit
She
her in
hit
the
her in the
back of her neck. I
that's the
think she
neck,
hooked her
and then
neck, as
she
a
hit her
matter of
in the
fact.
nose, right? So there's another one where she hit her, bopped her right in the nose. So there's so many fouls in this game. I don't care how much players are
It's a
chirping.
safety issue.
It is a huge safety issue, and it's something that you have to fix. It is sad that this young lady right here goes through the same thing
And
every
here's the
year,
thing.
and they have not done nothing to fix it.
And here's the thing, Tony. We can do what we can try to do regarding the league, but here's the thing, Smesco and Morgan, the forgot her last name, the president, and Dan,
Uh-huh.
the general manager, said the thing they have to realize: if Angel makes all WNBA, whether it be defense or offense or play of the
Uh-huh.
year, whatever, she can walk without being cored by that team. And if she
Yep.
doesn't feel that she's
Be
being taken
disciplined.
care of or looked out or watched out, and she look at Jose over there in Dallas or whoever and say, you know what, I like that coach. Um,
Mm-hmm.
maybe I should have went to Dallas. They gonna be left holding the bag with no draft pick for the next 2 years because you did not look after
Exactly. You didn't
Angel
look at
Reese.
her safety. Yeah, her
But here's
safety.
the thing: I can't
It's
see that
crazy.
happening because I can't see the team being that stupid, knowing that this can happen. Because if the team does well, she's going to get some all WNBA honors. And if she does, she can walk without being cored.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they need to get it together because we had said this when she first went to Atlanta, when people said, why Atlanta? Well, one of the reasons is you can do this for 2 years. And if you're not happy, you can still go to Dallas or wherever you wanted to go in the first place. You may still have that
Angel said, I'm gonna
opportunity.
F her up. I'm a F. She
And
really is.
this
And
play
these other
here,
players on this court, look at Sykes like, oh. Sykes like, oh, oh.
this play here, as she would have fell on her hip or her tailbone, I mean, she could have got seriously hurt.
Her neck is hurt, y'all. I'm gonna tell you this. Her neck
Yeah,
is hurt. Angel neck
everybody
is
talk
hurt.
about that.
Angel neck is
Yep.
hurt.
And then you laugh after. Oh man, that just. Ooh.
That was
Angel
evil.
neck
That
is
laugh is evil. She should be
What?
suspended for
What?
3 to 5 games, in my opinion.
You got to be careful how you. I keep telling people you got to be careful how you treat people in the process because
hurt. What
everything
did
that
I
Angel
do?
went
What did
through,
I do for my team?
half of that people wouldn't survive it. They wouldn't survive just right after it, and she had to go shoot them. So this right here, this was the worst out of the worst that we've seen.
Yeah,
And
man.
yes, we know that Carl is a new coach, guys. I get that, but when you're sitting there watching, we're what 12 games in. It's
Yeah.
happening every single game. It's
While Tiffy Cole was talking about Nike and I was talking about the WNBA, deal, the gentleman pointed out, he said, hey, the WNBA makes money off of those deals, right? So when the WNBA says, oh, sign this corporate contract with us, it's because they get a cut. It's a revenue stream. It's a revenue stream for them. So that's why when Angel said, no, I'm not doing it, they're pissed at her because that's money that they could have had in their pocket that they're not getting. That because it's like the dumbest thing. It's like, okay, here are the sponsors, but we're gonna take a cut. Like, really? So, but and Angel
Yeah.
said, no, I don't need y'all. I got my own sponsors. The other
Of
girl
course.
took that, Because, like I always say, and I'll never stop repeating it, that girl did
Right.
not get paid until 2024. They tried to pretend like it was NIL, but it wasn't. It was all WNBA affiliated sponsors that they gave her when at the end of her college career, knowing that she was going into the WNBA, but they had already cut that deal with her. It was a WNBA deal. She was not that popular in college. She was not making that kind of money in college. Not at all. Nobody cared about her. We knew who she was. People watched the title game, but that was just because women's college basketball was that popular. And obviously, both her, Angel, and the other players made it what it was. And the saga between those players made it what it was. And you have a whole bunch of people like us and other people we know who follow the WNBA today because of Angel. And you have people who do it because of Clark. And that's fine. The problem was because Angel didn't take the corporate deal. When they got there in 2024, it was all about Clark. They pushed Angel to the side, and all of a sudden they tried to treat Angel like a bastard stepchild, like she had nothing to do with women's basketball being popular when she was integral, if not even more important than Clark, because she has the bona fides to back it up.
Yeah.
She can back it up. Clark did not have anything until they gave it to her, and that's what Fee was talking about when Kathy said basically that girl needs to shut up because we made her. But because of that, they treat Angel like a bastard stepchild, and the officiating is a part of it. But no one in the media is honest enough or truthful enough to put this stuff out there, just like all the trolls and all the fake websites and all the bots. You guys ever notice?
Yeah.
When y'all played Stephanie White talking the other day, y'all noticed Stephanie White said bots. The question I always ask is, why is it that Clark and Stephanie White always say bots, but no one in the media ever follows up and say, hey, when y'all say bots, can y'all elaborate on that? Can you get into that?
Exactly.
Because either the bots are real or they're lying.
Yeah. Hey, MSL, I don't know about the line. Hey, you hit your mute button by accident.
He got real quiet.
Hit your mute button.
I be getting passionate, right? Like an Italian, right? Hey, mamma mia.
That's okay. We got to get passionate sometimes.
So what was the last thing I said, Tony?
You were saying about if the bots are real. So if they're not real, and that's when you cut out.
Yeah, how come no one in the press ever says, hey, when you guys say bots, what exactly do you mean? What exactly are you talking about? Why are you saying that? But they never follow up. So it's one of two things.
Right.
They either are bots, which I believe, and a lot of other people believe, or you're using bots as an excuse because you don't want to acknowledge that you have a bunch of racist, hating ass fans who don't even support and watch the sport. Like, if you really examine this Caitlin Clark thing, it makes no sense because most of these people on the internet, if you really press them, they don't enjoy or watch the sport. So how can you be a fan of a sport if you don't enjoy it or watch it? So I think they're bots.
Right.
I think they're paid presenters, and I think they're people who follow
they're definitely paid presenters.
And conservative stuff because you don't enjoy the sport. And maybe the league, the reason why they're treating her the way they are now is maybe they figured out, hey, these people really don't support the sport, because in places like Portland, they're selling out. In places like Toronto, they're selling out. In places like Golden State, they're selling out, etc. And we really don't need her. And as me and ADP said last night, maybe they realized they bet on the wrong horse. But the problem is, how do you get yourself out of that? Because y'all showed a video where she was just acting like a fool in a press conference, and she's trolling the French coach. Like, I've never seen anything like that. The dude from Connecticut. Like, what was she doing?
It's crazy.
Like, and then they asked her, she's like, yeah, but he deserved it. What?
Can't get off the glass, gets her own miss. Howard now lines up the now. Certainly Jeshida.
What an effort, and then a sentence to take Angel Reese out of the game. That does leave some space for the guards, but
You've got a guard at the perimeter as well. Oh, a good ball, Stan Howard. Great.
I put this up so it can play while we run through, right? But the sound, they got music, so I can't play the music. So let's see, but I
Okay.
can't play the music. Let's get to the top, right? And so they break it down. This her getting to the cup. They know if they play her one on one, is cupcake, right? But you see how you got one here, another one foul. She gets the ball, kicks the ball back out, gets to
Mm-hmm.
the cup. That's for her. She basically blocks the hell out of Izzy's shot. Izzy is pissed. Izzy's pissed.
Mm-hmm.
She don't like that. Angel goes here. Sykes knocked the ball out her hand. Um, Three ball. Look at this. She's like, oh, Angel's elbow is on me, but you hooked her around her whole body. So Angel has to kind of do the same, come around. So it's like Angel just the hard nosed player, right? If you gonna foul her and block her shot, you're gonna do it regardless. Angel blocks out, she gets hit on the head, and she's like, what did I do? Where did that foul come from? Right? Get there, Angel gets blocks her out, she leans all the way on. Like that to me, when you throw your weight and lean forward on a player, I think that that should be a foul. That's just my opinion, right? Because your whole force, because you can't stop a player, you just throw your whole weight on them. We saw Sykes do that in one of them as well, and so I wanted to show that angle a little bit of that. So it just gets to be different after a while watching some of the different positions of where the players are and how they call it. So ADP, what you got?
Creating her
I'm
own
here.
space. Thanks, Nikki and Javon Gray with aggression. Howard with the rebound. Toronto actually first quarter rebounded by one. Jordan Canada to Hillman.
I think that Izzy. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Before we couldn't.
I
It
can.
played
Okay.
again.
Yeah, yeah, I think. Well, I paused it for a second because I was trying to get the music off so it wouldn't play that music in the background. I think that just the intentions and I know Sandy works on boxing Angel out, right? As she did the last
Right.
2 years. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
easy, right? And
Right.
last year
In New
was
Yeah,
York.
in New
someone said
York
at
was one of the
halftime
tighter
that she
ones.
said in the halftime show that her game plan, whatever it was to, I think ADP, you said it was to control Angel Reese or something like that. She said during
They were
half.
saying it was to stop her, but you can't but like I said, we've seen this with New York how she do, but she said okay, put it like this. People were thinking that she meant to do it in the way that Izzy did
No,
it.
I
But
didn't.
With
that's
I don't think
Brittany,
so.
who
uh,
big girl? I'm sorry.
No,
Hey, big
yeah,
girl.
I just took it that she
What?
was at the top of the scouting report. That's just how I
Yeah.
took it.
Hey, big girl, you
right,
said
right. And
Angel and Brittany played AAU together, and she played with AZ Foot, Leto King, and Maddie
And
Scott. I
and in
don't think it
addition,
was Brittany. If you're talking about Brittany Sykes, Sykes
no,
is
Brittany was on the first Rose. Brittany Sykes was on the first Rose championship.
yeah,
They
she
played
was on the
together.
first rows. Brittany
Right.
Sykes is way older than Angel. Brittany Sykes is someone that Angel looked up to, and Brittany Sykes was thicker when she was in college, and then she lost a lot of weight. But Sykes is somebody that she really, really look up to, and Sykes adore
And
her
they
for
got
that.
really
So
cool from
yeah,
oh,
they
did
Unrivaled.
got really cool from Unrival.
And
Um,
it's just
she was trying to bring Sykes to Chicago, but Chicago didn't want her, or she couldn't get there. And then she thought about playing with Sykes, but obviously that didn't work out for
yeah,
whatever
that
reason.
didn't pan
They,
out.
but
Yeah,
they
oh,
cool, right?
Tony, you got
yeah.
someone that was at the game yesterday that's a Toronto fan.
Okay, where they? Let's see. You wanna which
He's
one?
it's with a Heath. If I'm saying your name right,
Oh,
Heath
Heath.
Myers.
No, let me put it right there. Heath Myers. It says, I am an Angel fan from Toronto, and I was at the game in Toronto. It was scary just watching what happened to her. Angel was very frustrated because the refs was not calling any fouls. Absolutely. We saw that. Thank you for coming in and letting us know that. You know what? Hey, if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe. This is um of course, an Angel Reese channel. of course, but I cover all
Oh,
the games, as many games as I possibly can. But yes, we saw how scary that was, and I'm glad. And I just spoke about you all as fans of Toronto, and just the heart felt messages that you all gave online. We greatly appreciate that, and I know Angel is going to appreciate that too. Considering
hmm
we know that when you saw the foul, it just looked like a hard nosed foul until you actually got to see the playback and what it really looked like for Angel. So I, as someone that is an advocate for her online, and some of, and my panel as well, MSL, the people in my chat, we do want to say thank you for coming in and sharing that with us. It did seem extremely scary because it seemed like, and as we saw, every time down the court, Angel was just being hacked left and right. And so you could see the frustration. I think the slapping the ball out of Izzy hands had a lot to do with just some of that, the frustration. Izzy fouling her, grabbing her, moving. I mean, just different things like that. So you'll see frustration, and you'll see players do stuff like that. And I'm just glad that she was still able to keep her cool, even in the midst of that, right? Because without keeping her cool, it
Yeah, she could have
it
lost. She could have lost a
caused,
lot
yeah, she could have lost a lot.
if she would have went
If
off on her.
Angel goes off,
yeah,
if
they could.
Angel
Because
does
that's what they all
absolutely
want. That's what
anything,
they all want.
yes, she
Yeah,
loses a lot. She has a lot to lose, even if she act like she's coming to being engaged in that type of stuff. Like, she has to
right,
defend herself,
right.
right? But have to um
Because all the
she has
haters
to
on
be
hater sites would
cautious
say,
to
"Oh,
what
take
she
a her
does.
sponsors need to get rid of her.
Mm.
How could she act like
But
this?" And
Tony, how guys, how long do people expect her not to? Because when you snap, and
Well,
how
she
long
was
do
about
people
to snap
expect
last
her?
night,
but
man,
but
and
Yeah, right,
ADP,
right,
we
Tony,
got
and
2
and
more
they held
games like
her.
that. We got
but
Thursday
ADP,
against the Fever, and then we
but
got the 22nd against Toronto again. So we got 2 more back-to-back hard-fought games where teams like, we know that that's just something that AB does. She's a big fouler. Hines Allen, she's another
Right,
one. She likes to throw her weight on Angel. We got to see that in the last game, but she still couldn't really
hmm
stop Angel from getting much done.
right.
So you just got all those different intentions that is
But none
happening,
like this, Tony.
and we have to
None
figure
like
out when is it enough that they're going to actually start calling fouls for her.
but
So
here's the
what, she
problem.
gets to the free throw
But
line 10 times in the game? I don't care if you're fouling her, then
hmm
she goes to the free throw
yeah,
line
she
10
should. I
times.
mean, Stewie got to the line 21 times the other night, and this idiot, Wody Mack, he made me so mad. He was coming up with these. I don't know if you guys saw it in the chat last night on your show, Tony. He was coming up with these silly excuses saying, "Oh well, Stewie," and I'm like, "What? Please
Yeah, that's what I
explain."
told him.
Like,
I said, man, you coming up in here, I will put you out of here. Don't come up in here with
I
that
was so
silliness.
mad because I was like, "What? What can you possibly say that changes the fact that if she's getting killed, she should get the calls. She should get the
Exactly.
calls. It's like, what are you
But
talking about?
see, that
Stewie
that
can
that's
shoot
the
21 free
silliness, and
throws.
that's the silliness that I see in Wody Mack, right? It's okay to make sure that his fave get all the calls, right? Even when she's bobbing her head. But it's not okay for somebody who's actually physically
And you know what
being
I said to him, Tony?
dragged down to get a foul. And I'm just not, I'm not dealing with that with Wody Mack and those
You
guys
know what I
anymore.
said to Tony? I said to him,
Right,
I've heard
Tony.
a lot of people badmouth you, but I've always given you the benefit of the doubt until I've seen it
Uh-huh.
myself because I really don't pay attention to him like that. And when I heard him
Uh-huh.
say that after what we experienced in that game, I just had to cuss him out and just I'm like, dude, don't talk to me because you're an idiot. Like you're an
Yeah.
idiot because
Yeah.
he probably even
He and
watched the
he
game.
and 6 foot whatever that trash mouth is. I
But
can't do them too.
and
I just
and that leads to the other argument of the ghettoization that Kathy did to the WNBA because when they came out with this Caitlyn the deity and everybody else is basically ghetto basketball, they've made it so no one cares about what happens to the other players. And also what they did was even the blacks who are now following the WNBA, they're either idiots, liars, or they're not up to speed. Because if they were up to speed the way we are, they can challenge some of the stuff that the WNBA is saying, because in reality,
No, no,
there
no,
Okay.
needs
no.
there needs to be what's
No.
that?
Take out some subs. 6'7", 6'4".
Good hands, Spice.
About
Like there needs to be an investigation either by the media, like I haven't watched the news, but ESPN needs to talk about this.
Uh-huh.
Fox Sports needs to talk about this. Somebody, or if popular black podcasters need to talk about it, or popular any
Right.
podcasters, let them shoot or let her shoot. They need to talk about this, that this is not something new. This has been going on to the Angel since her rookie season, and
Yeah.
definitely this year, or in that one game alone, you're putting her in a situation where, one, she can get hurt, and the reason why she's being officiated like this, because if they officiated her properly, she would dominate. So let's get rid of
Yeah.
this silly meme from the idiot Clarkies that, oh, she can't do this, she can't do this. Well, they wouldn't be sending three people at her, and they wouldn't be officiating her like this if she, I mean, it's just a joke. It's just a joke now. We can all see it. Like
And it's
Yeah.
crazy. And they
the
still
girl is
and they
bad
taking
at
her.
whether she's
Yes.
got the ball in her hand, whether her back is to the basket, whether she's going in transition. The girl is a demon on the basketball court, and the question is, they know it too. And now with this Atlanta team, where she can get a little bit more freedom, because you got to pay attention to Leash and you got to pay attention to Ryan. Now they're just going hog wild, setting 2-3 people at her, despite the shooters, and the refs are not giving her the call. This needs to be addressed. Something needs to be done, because you can't have this to your quote unquote stars.
And then
Yeah.
they stealing her, and then they taking her stats. She was supposed to have in that 25 game, it was supposed to be 10 rebounds. So they keep taking her stats too. How much more do we want Angel Reese to take? Oh gosh, Casey.
Um. Yeah. I'm
Kappa
sorry. I was
said
just-
that Kappa said that Semesco is not going to crash out. That's not his character.
No, it's
He
not.
doesn't crash out. Even when Leash gets fouled, he calmly talks to the ref. I'm at the game. He talks to the rest. Well, excuse me. Well, Kappa, he's got to do something, because I've never seen Leash taken down like that before. After going through everything that Angel went through, that was scary, Kappa. Something needs to be done. That team needs to be at the NBA office or on the phone with whoever, saying, what the hell are you going to do to protect my player? And also, she's a gold mine for your team. If she gets hurt, there goes my revenue and what I'm marketing and what I'm selling. So the management of the team should really be up in the crawl with the WNBA. If you have a response, Kappa, feel free.
Yeah, no, I just I'm just at this point, right? I just want the games to be called, fairly. I know that it's asking a lot, because games aren't going to be called fairly, and we all know that. But at least give her the
But at
benefit
the
of the
point of
doubt
getting
and make
hurt,
some of the
Tony,
cards. No, it's not at the point of getting hurt, but that's the way the league. That's all leagues. That's every sport. It's like that. I just, every single sport, from soccer to softball to how a player slide into a base to um, different marks on hockey, different things like that. Games, there is no game in no league, no sport where it's going to be 100% called fairly. It's never been that way. It will not be that way in its entirety. We're just asking that they give her some of the calls, because we know what it is, right? But you can't let her get abused like this. You have to do something.
yeah, that's
Whether
embarrassing
again
and it's dangerous.
you give her more, or you give her all the calls, you have to at least give her some, because what we saw last night and them not giving the calls, it's you can't tell me that there's no way in heck that the referees are intentionally not making those calls. Somebody has given the reins of not making
Especially that
calls.
fifth
It's like
foul she got on a
she
touch
can
foul.
board. She boards. She does a good job with boarding. So, hey, just let her get it how she live. But at what expense, right? She
Mhm.
hasn't finished 2 seasons. And if you
Right.
want her to finish this season, the refs have got to make the calls. She's
They
already
have
getting
to.
the rest that she deserved because she wasn't able to get rest within the games in the last 2 years. She's dang near had to play the whole game, every game pretty much that she played while with Chicago because she didn't have much relief, right? And instead of Izzy and those guys being a menace and being disrespectful and not having the charismatic attitude for the young rookies that they had, right? They probably would have been able to get more minutes, but they just weren't those players. So we've moved on from the fact that they weren't those players, and here we are now where you're trying to prove that it should have been you, shoulda, woulda, coulda, and it's over with. You're in
Right.
a new situation. Just play the best basketball that you know how to help your team win.
Now,
Other than that, I don't want to hear the rest. I just think it's just
Right.
crazy from players like that that do the silly things that they do.
but
Absolutely.
Right.
I, but the
And
ironic,
no accountability. And look, Tony, on threads, I don't know if they're doing it on the other social media outlets, but on threads, they're calling out that ref number 42 real bad.
Yeah,
So
I did see that.
supposedly all
oh,
the
you
rest
saw
with
it?
the
Okay.
40s in their numbers are bad. Supposedly, I heard all the rest with the 40s in their numbers are bad refs
Wow.
to
Wow.
Angel. I don't know if
Wow.
it's a click, but
And
this stuff
they
needs to
own
hit
it,
the
Tony. They
zeitgeist.
own it though. They
No,
own it.
it needs to hit the zeitgeist because remember we heard all that BS when Caitlyn came in the league. Oh, they don't like her. Oh, they hate her. It was all BS.
Yeah,
But
they sold
it
it.
was
They sold it
discussed on
really well.
ESPN and all this other stuff. So we need to have this discussed on ESPN on how she's being officiated and how they can't stop her. They can't do anything with her because again, we're
Man,
taking
man.
normal basketball stuff and we're suspending our common sense. If someone is getting position in front of the basket on a routine basis, that means whether it's their speed, their strength, their instinct, whatever you want to call it, this
Uh-huh.
person is in a position to score and you're not allowing them to score and you're not giving them the benefit of the doubt by giving them the call. Like it's
Right.
different if you're off balance, if you're falling down, if you're like not near the basket and you have some like you just throwing it up. Yeah, the ref is not going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but if you have position, you're squared, you go up, somebody is fouling you from
Look
behind
at this, man.
and
Look
the
at
ref
this. And you got
that's an
and I
automatic
ain't
foul
never
call if the
hardly
person's
seen
behind you.
Jordan Canada. I've never really seen Jordan Canada really be this uh passionate with Angel. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Angel talk to her about passing the ball. I've seen
Right, right.
her talk to Angel like they laugh, but I've always seen the interaction with her and Rye and Leash, right? Ryan is right there trying to have the conversation with them. And look at that girl Jordan. You know what, Jordan? I give you a hard damn time when you out there on that court. But you know what? All
Right,
right,
right.
you little yellow
Yeah.
little minion, you little red bone minion.
Look,
I got to
Tony,
give
I
you a
told
little
you
bit
they
of
got
love for that.
sisterhood.
But you know what
Yeah,
though?
I said they got
they
I
do.
think
sisterhood.
They do.
they know Angel is a warrior. So
They do.
you can't help but say, hey, you know what? This is someone that I would like to go to battle with. And so because I think Canada is obviously trying to adjust to Angel and Angel's trying to adjust to Canada because
Yeah.
I think Canada knows that if she don't fit in with Angel, ultimately she may be the one on the bench or she may be on the one out. She may be the one out because
Yeah.
she has to hear all the people saying she's the problem. You
Yeah.
know, put in Borlace, put
Yeah,
in Pow
and
Pow.
I think if this here's what I think about Canada since we brought her up, right? And then I want to try to go catch some of this Aces Dallas game. Dallas is putting belt to ass right
Dallas
now.
is
Um,
whooping the Aces
I want
behind,
to
right?
say this about Canada, right? And I've already shared why I'm such a huge critic when it comes to point guards. I think point guards we have, and I'm gonna say we because that's what I was, right? We have such a huge task, but our ability to be as strong as someone as Angel has to be there because we have to lead our team, right? That's first and foremost. But
Yeah,
secondly, um, one of the other big keys is you have to make sure that you are taking care of your players and getting your players involved. And when you don't, that kind of I get perturbed real easy when it comes to that because I'm like, be a facilitator first, shooter second. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that for Canada, she's a shooter first, facilitator second. I would like to see her just be herself. And I also noticed that she passes up a lot of jumpers. Give what the take what the defense give you. She can shoot the ball. I just need her to shoot it more, right? And then when it comes to Pow Pow comes in the game, and I know that Pow Pow is one of the biggest facilitators when it comes to that position, but she's just not giving us a whole lot of what we're looking for. And she's getting burnt on defense. No more than Jordan. Don't get me wrong, right? No more than Canada. At the same time, then you have to put in Barlays. Barlays is your most poised PG. Um, she can make great entry passes. She can shoot the ball well. She takes what the defense give her, and she plays sound defense. So at this point, right now, your sixth man off the bench when it comes to that should be Barlays. Barlays just showed you that she's earned that spot by putting up them 17 points and putting us in a great position throughout this game and being extremely solid and poised. We have to do a lot of thinking when we talk about the PGs and what they can bring to a player like Angel. We already know what they're bringing to Leash and Nas and also Rye, right? Because the first place the ball goes is to one of those three ladies. And I it's just something that they're used to. I don't think that there is being purposely done, but now you're noticing now that Angel is getting more involved. They're giving her more touches. She's in the paint a little bit more versus outside. She does go outside, but she's also showing flashes inside the same as Nas. And so I like that part of the Dreams game. But what I want to see Canada do more is just be more vigilant when you're going inside the paint and where the ball is going to go. Because right now, what we see, and yes, we're on the outside looking in, and I'm not saying that we're perfect, that what we're seeing, but what we're looking at is we're looking at her attack the rim with no end in sight. And she has to have a plan. That's all I want to
Right.
see her have a plan when she go in there. Go in there all day if they're going to give it to you. You fast, you quick, yes, but have a plan because when you don't have a plan and the first action you take is get the ball and just go and you get in the paint, then what are we doing? Right? What's the next action when you get stopped? Now you get the ball and you're looking, where's the ball going to go? Guards aren't shifting, guards aren't moving. It's just those little things that we want to see the Dream clean up. And I think if they clean those things up, Angel continue on her quest for what she's doing. Now you get Bree Jones back and you add Bree Jones in the lineup. Now the lineup is going to look a little bit different. I can't wait to see her come back. It's going to be exciting for her to come back. I do not want her to rush back because we need her in the postseason, right? Which is the second half of the season, getting into the playoffs. We right now just have to make sure that we get there by hook or crook. We got to get there, right? And
Yeah, I
once
think
we get there, now you get Bree Jones, and now
Yeah.
I want to see her play some games to get herself back in rhythm, so she is very well prepared and ill and ready to play in the playoffs when it comes.
Well, the funny thing about Bree Jones is that you hear a lot of Atlanta fans
Uh huh.
constantly talk about Okot, and rightfully so.
Uh huh.
But obviously, the reason why the coach is not playing Okot is because, right or wrong, is that the coach feel Okot makes too many mistakes, right?
Right.
But the
Right.
reasons why people want Okot to play is not only because of what offense or rebounding they think she can give or defense, but it's the fact that you have to now play Angel honestly. Well, guess what, guys? Bree Jones will bring the same thing for Angel. Once Bree Jones
Absolutely.
comes back, you have to account for Bree Jones. You just can't leave her alone and put everybody on Angel because she will get the rebound and
Right.
score the basket. Or she will get the
Uh,
rebound and pass it to Angel or Jordan so they can run, or Ryan so they can push the ball up the court. You just can't triple and double Angel like that anymore. And if you do, presumably Bree Jones will make you pay both on offense and defense.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. So even though people don't think it makes a big difference, it should, because it now allows Angel to have much more freedom both on offense and defense than she has now. That's the first thing. The thing that I did like about yesterday's game, which we all saw, Angel is thinking it through. And just like in Chicago, Angel made a decision and said, okay, I'm not getting the calls down low when the offense is initiated down low. Maybe it's these stupid new rules changes that's magnified with Angel. So all of a sudden she starts driving from the perimeter and she's getting like touch fouls all of a sudden. So she's like, okay, if this is what it is, then I'll just keep beating my man off the dribble, like you said, Tony, and I'll just do that. And that's what she was doing.
The court instead. It's like she snapped on the court instead of going to chase Izzy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just awesome to see her be able to do that in the midst of everything she had going on.
Right. So, and remember, she was on the bench. Toronto made a run, and I said, Smesco, he not gonna play. He gonna put her right back in the game, and he did. And then they stopped the run. Next thing you know, boom, they created the separation. And I think at one point she scored 6 baskets in a row. And it's all on isolation, just like in Chicago, because she was getting beat up so much in Chicago. She said, okay, I'll just hang out on the perimeter and take you off the dribble. And this is why when we talk to people who claim they know Angel's game, they don't, because they're thinking she's just sitting on the block, you know, trying to shove people and score. But like, that's not her game. That's old news. That's old news. Like she's she can score in transition, she can score a face up, or she can score on the block. Right? So when you hear about 3-level scorers, it's a little different than that, but she has the ability to be on the block and be effective, to face up and be effective, and be in transition and be effective at her height. That's a big advantage, and she's a mismatch. And you don't hear enough people say that. She's a mismatch, because if she gets a guard on the block, that's barbecue chicken. And if a big wants to guard her up top, that's barbecue chicken. But they don't communicate that enough, that she's a walking, talking mismatch.
Yeah. We shall definitely see.
Yep.
We shall definitely see. I think
and she did the same thing in the Liberty game. She just said, okay, I'm just going to take you off the dribble.
Yeah, that's all she did. And I commend it. I freaking commend it. Like, why not? Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna run into moments like that, and it's just
like, I'm not getting beat up down there. She's like, I'm not gonna keep getting beat up like a fool. Right, ADP? You're not slapping me no more. She's like, F y'all.
Yeah, we just want, I don't know, Tony, are we gonna get back to, I mean, it's like the politics are starting to show more and more as we get into this particular season. Can we just have decent games? I'm so proud of you guys, because you guys still managed to talk about the stats, talk about how the game was great at the same time with us dealing with all of this crazy stuff. Because I got to tell you, Tony, you do. I should have did the same thing. You have to take breaks in between something like this, because it gets to the point where, should I still watch basketball? Because it's a lot. You gotta have.
Tony, you didn't hear me. It was after your show. Bro Claude came on, and I was cussing out Smesco like a junkyard dog, man. Tiffy Cole would have been so proud of me. I think she was actually on. Tiffy Cole was on. She was like so proud.
Because
I was cussing him out, man. I was like, because it's the emotion. You know, it's the emotion, because you see stuff like that. And people in the chat talk about it. You see stuff like that, and you're like, what? So when Wody Mack made that idiot comment about Stewie, I chewed Wody the hell out, because I'm like, dude, you're an idiot. Like, what are you saying? And I don't usually call people idiot in the chat, but he deserved it.
Yeah. We just, after a game like that, you don't have time for no shenanigans. It's like, ooh, it definitely, that game definitely put a bad taste in everybody's mouth because of the way, what I'm saying, they allowed it to go that far in the game, and they waited till something happened to actually do something about it. So that's what the crazy part. But this is every game, just not as deep as this one was.
But just for you, ADP, we'll do a basketball thing. And I said it last night when you were on with me, but we didn't say it in front of Tony. When the Dream played Indiana originally, it was the Dream that was on 1 day's rest, and it was Indiana that didn't play for 5 days. Now the situation is reversed, though it's still in Indiana.
Looking to beat
the first game on Thursday,
and not looking at beating the Atlanta Dream.
Right, Indiana will play tomorrow.
Outside of Isabelle Harrison's points, everything else is completely uncalled for.
The Dream won't play for 5 days.
She wasn't just trying to defend.
Let's see what they do when they get to Indiana, and then they play 2 days later in Atlanta. So the Dream should win these 2 games if it's just for rest.
From the
they shouldn't have no excuses.
Of that game until she got ejected out of that game.
I believe they're gonna, they're gonna win Thursday, and because they got 3 games. We got Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday.
It's two against Indiana,
right?
2 against Toronto, 2 against Toronto, and I forgot the other team they got 2 against.
Okay, so
they have 2. They have 2. Oh, 2 against Golden State, 2 against Golden State, 2 against Toronto, 2 against Indiana. So the ones with Indiana is Thursday and Saturday. So Indiana would play Indiana would play like 3 games in like 5 days or whatever it is by the time they play on Saturday. So the Dream ain't gonna have no excuses, because if they lose 1 or 2 of those games, we're gonna be up in their craw because you got 5 days to prepare for this match.
Yeah, they could have won the last one too.
Yeah. So Tony, and as far as the Aaliyah Boston thing, the one thing I'll say on Smesco, he should have at least said something, knowing that you're going with elbows
in our
Boston
own
on
professional
Thursday.
lives, right? Like, we've been that star employee, that person who interviewed or didn't interview but was asked to come work at the for-profit, nonprofit, and before you got there, the CEO was like, "Yo."
Yeah, well, you know what? At this point, guys, I think we've definitely hit all the points. I think that moving forward, like you said, we'll get to this point and we will see what happens moving forward. But I'm telling y'all right now, I don't care who chat Wody Mac and 6 foot ridiculous is in. I'm blocking them. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they getting blocked. I don't want to hear. They're not here for real basketball. They're here for shenanigans. And it'd be different if the things that you're saying are very in tune with what we're talking about, and it's not to come in and sow a discourse, because you don't see them unless you're playing a Dream, or unless the Fever, or unless you're having talking points about the Fever or lack thereof, CC. And that's the only time you see those 2 guys. And you're not here for real basketball. My channel is about real basketball. I think that, Players Club is to come and enjoy the game and to have fun and to, have some serious conversations in the chat about different things that we see within the game. Maybe every now and then you'll bring up some other players that kind of go along with the storyline in which you're talking about, but to just come in and start throwing in other things. I know, and they're going to get mad, but I don't care. Oh, they just timing me out because they don't like what I'm saying. Well, you're not talking about nothing, right? I get to a point where when I get there, I'm done. And like with them 2, I'm done. Like, I don't even want to see their picture, their face, none of that. Y'all want them in there, great. But for me, I don't want to see those dudes. Yeah, I don't. Once I've had enough. Man, I just had enough. Yeah. I'm not for it, right? And after 6 foot trash bucket, cheese puff eating ass decide he was going to disrespect me, I don't even want to see his picture. I don't want him in any chat that I'm a part of. If he is a part of Broke Lawrence chat and I'm there, I promise you, I'm giving him a 24-hour timeout because I don't want to see him. If he's in the players club, I'm giving him a 24-hour timeout. I don't want to see
And
him.
see,
They
Tony,
can
he
take
been
that
doing
stuff
that for
someplace
so
else. They can
long,
take it
and it
someplace
just so
else.
happened you saw
Yeah,
it.
they've been doing it really long. Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
doing it so long, and you will not disrespect me and think that it's okay to continue be a part
Mhm.
of something that I'm on or dealing with. I'm not gonna put up with it. I never have and never will. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. There's no need to disrespect anybody on the panel because you don't like something that they're saying. You don't like it, go someplace else. Right? It's super easy. There's a million and one channels on YouTube that you can go to and talk whatever you want to talk about. Whatever. I don't want to hear it. I'm that trash Gus bucket ADP. Yeah, I know talk about that old trash. That's that dude there. I got so many names for him, but I'm gonna kind of keep it really respectful, right? Because I'm done. It's the same guy that wants you to come and hang out at his channel, and he ain't got no goddamn thing to talk about. He don't even know how to get no points together, right?
You
At
talking about
this
that
point,
Frank
you think
guy,
he was
that Frank White guy?
no that damn 6 foot trash bucket, whatever his name is,
Yeah,
6'8",
yeah.
6 foot Aquarius, 6 foot, whatever the hell his name is, him.
You know, I don't really
Woody Mac got a
understand their deal.
you don't never go to his channel either. Like, why do y'all come here when y'all
I
got your own channels? Go to your
I
own
don't
channels, do
really
your own
understand.
thing.
I don't really understand those people's deals because when we try to engage in basketball conversations with them, we don't get them right. Everything is Caitlin Clark's the best, Angel Reese sucks, or something to that level, or Caitlin can do this and Angel can't do anything. So, like, how do we have a discussion when that's the level of conversation? So it's kind,
Right. We need
it's
to be
just so,
having
it's
conversations
just so
in
dumb,
text of what we're talking about.
right?
Exactly.
It's just so dumb. So if you
I
want to
just think
troll,
throwing discourse, but you know when trolls, right? Like some trolls, they're just
yeah,
fine,
but they're
right?
here
Trolls are
but
trolls, and you can have
they're here a lot.
conversations,
Like,
and
don't you
some
have
of
a
them
life?
talk easily. Those two are a lot. They're just a lot for me. I mean, they may not be for you guys, and you guys have known them a lot longer than me. But for me, I my patience is not a virtue when it comes to those two. I've had enough, and I'm just letting y'all know right now. If y'all having these conversation, good. The minute I see
No, I don't have
something off
conversation
the
after.
chain,
No, after 6'8"
I'm, I'm
went on one of y'all show and he started cursing and all that stuff. He left a bad vibe with most of the chat. He's probably still in the chat, but he
yeah,
left a
that
bad
was
vibe.
I don't know who. I think it was on Bro Clark's channel, maybe Key.
Yeah,
It
yeah, I
wasn't
think it was Pro
mine.
Claude.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it was
and
Players Club and they're on it or something like
yeah,
that.
no, it was Pro
Yeah, and they
Claude,
had him come
and
up to kind of iron out his difference.
yeah,
Yeah, to iron out his difference with William Goins, and he was just tripping, and then
yeah,
at
because
the end he didn't have no words because he didn't know what the hell he was talking about,
but
and
why
that's
would
just
it
the
even
difference.
escalate to that level to where you had to go explain yourself? It almost seemed like Izzy last night, right? It's like, dude, why are you so
Yeah,
worked up to where you got to explain
yeah,
and defend
super
yourself?
worked
It's
up.
like it should never get to that level with William Goins. And in the chat, you should just go, "Hey, bro, you know what?
Yeah,
My bad," or let's just agree to disagree and move on. But to be
uh-huh.
cussing each other out and stuff like that, once it gets to that level,
Yeah,
you
that's
got to ask
crazy.
yourself, "What am I doing here?"
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and he looked like
I
somebody
totally
that broke out
understand.
of prison. That was the part that was so funny about it, right? And it's like he looked like 6'8" and 500 pound, Aquarius. And and I told him, look, if you want me and you to come on Bro Claude's show, we can, and we can hash it out. But I never got a response, so I left it.
Yeah,
I left it alone because I told him, look, I'll talk about you in the chat and then talk to you in your face on the air. I
yeah,
don't have a problem with that. So so
yeah,
I'm not saying or doing anything behind his back. If you in the chat, 6 foot Aquarius, 500 pounds,
Yeah, and there's a
yeah.
difference.
I
Like
don't know.
Tony,
jailbreak.
we have loose ball coming in our chat. He's different.
I thought
Like
about him
who
too, but
else?
I didn't want to say nothing. But I thought about
No,
him
he's
too.
different though. He doesn't.
Loose ball is not
Yeah,
that
he's
bad.
not like
He's not
that.
that bad. I like loose ball.
He's
Loose
not.
ball has
Yeah,
He has decent conversations. No matter who everybody knows he's a CC fan, but he actually
right.
have really good conversations. Sometimes if he feels like y'all are like on her too much, yes, he's gonna defend her, and rightfully so. That's his player. Like I don't have
I
nothing
like
against
them.
that. What I
They
do
got
Well,
have
like
something against is I have something against when somebody is being totally and utterly disrespectful.
right. See,
That's when I have a problem. Other than
I
that,
do
I
believe
don't
in free speech
support.
and people should be able to say what they want,
Yeah.
but once they take the chat in another direction that you guys don't want it to go, then I can understand why you want to
Mhm.
get rid of them because it's like, look, we're here to talk basketball. We're not here to troll. So I can understand
Yeah,
why.
that other stuff. Yeah, I timed out
Right. It's
some
not.
Anthony somebody that he should have to cuss out the other day.
Or when
So,
it just sounds like
yeah,
an ad.
I
Everything is CC this, CC this, CC that. It's like, dude, like, what are you doing? You sound like a banner. You sound like a banner for Kate and Clock, like you're some sort of bot or some like, dude,
yeah,
like,
she went and said what you said. He be in other
oh
chats
no, she's
bashing
not.
Angel. Yeah, I'm sure he
Oh, I'm
yeah,
does.
sorry.
loose
I'm
balls
sure
are
he
six
does.
foot, a
First
6 foot,
lady, I
500
said
pound
the same
Aquarius.
thing about a loose ball, but
Yeah, he
nah,
does.
he
I've
was
seen it.
speaking
He
crazy
does.
today about what
He
happened to
does.
Angel yesterday from Izzy. Yeah. Um, hey,
Yeah, he's
it's
a
y'all's
hypocrite. Yeah, he's a
like
hypocrite. But I can
like,
understand why
yeah,
you
he's
respect him
definitely,
as long as he's not disrespectful in your chat. I can understand that. But he's a
yeah, I
hypocrite,
mean,
loose ball.
if he comes to my chat, I don't think he really comes in mine. I think I always see him in Players Club and Bro Claude and different
Mhm.
places like that. There's some people that are in other chats and they don't come to mine, and that's perfectly fine because I think they already get the gist that I'm not going to put up with it, so it's just a
No,
little
and
bit
and
different.
you shouldn't
But
because obviously Bro Claude is a little bit more loose than you are when it comes to that, and that's fine. KSAP is a little different, and that's fine. Yeah, like y'all are all individuals. So however you want to run your chat is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, what she's
yeah,
saying is the difference. Like
yeah.
they
Hey,
were
Mr.
in the chat
Johnson, if
saying,
you
"Oh,
don't, hey, put them out if you need to. Like time them out for 24 hours. They're gonna start to understand, and after they get
Because
timed out for 24 hours and they can't
ADP,
sustain
you know the
themselves
first
when
thing I
they're
say,
practice,
ADP, first thing
they're
I
gonna
say is
go.
would you like to click on the link and let's have a discussion about whatever you're talking about? And I've
Yeah.
never had one of them say, okay, let's do it.
because they know you're gonna." One thing they know about you guys is y'all gonna get down up in them stats. Y'all
I
gonna get
mean, boy,
down up in
look,
them
the
stats
dream,
for when y'all start
I
pulling
mean,
them
the
stats
wings is on Ace's head.
on who head.
Yo,
They're on the
Jessica
Ace's
Shepard
head.
got 13 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists
Shepard got
Because
already.
Chelsea was
13.
saying,
Uh, Enrique got 11. Fudd got 11.
"What
The
in the
bench is
world? Come
helping
on,
out. But then
woo."
for Aces, Lloyd, Jewel Lloyd with 15 points, Asia 14 points, and that's really it. Nobody else has done anything else. Nalissa Smith hasn't done anything.
Because
They're just
Ken's
not.
not
They're not
in. She's
helping.
out.
I definitely want to go through the second half of that game for sure. So I am going to go ahead and get ready to cut this because I do want to go catch some of that with Keisha. It says
Okay.
Kappa said, when y'all talk about my dream, I don't get mad because Rye does shoot us out of games. And sometimes she doesn't show up in games. Yeah, see, Kappa, but you know what? You're a true fan, right?
Yeah,
You're not just a fan, you're also a basketball junkie. And basketball junkies understand the difference of when someone is like if we say, God damn, Rob, like what are you doing? Like, that's just normal basketball conversation.
yeah.
It's not they're calling out her name. We're not, we're not belittling her. We're just like, where are you? We need you to show up. Like you don't show up every game, like different things like that. Those things are very extremely important to me too, as well, Kappa. It's okay to have a feel about the moment of a game, but it's never okay to take it outside the game and make it something more than what it is versus just what's
Mhm.
going on in the game. Again, I'm like, who was that? I think it was Mr. Johnson. He said, I'm all for it, but when you start calling players out their names and calling them bees and stuff like that, he's like, he's not subscribed to that. Me either. I'm not subscribed to that. I'm not one, so why would I allow people to do that to the other ladies? I generally like I have a favorite player on just about every team, right? I am
Mhm.
a
Right.
fan of the game. So when you're a fan of the game, you know how to act accordingly, and you know how to judge the games for what they really are. Big girl is really big on judging the games for what they are, looking to see what can be better, who needs to do this. Maybe we need to play that person, like different things like that. So you have true basketball hates in here. T. Camilla, she wins. Van, everybody come in. Big Dog. Big Dog is a CC fan, but he also is a critiquer of the entire game. So you don't see him just kind of taking one person and just throwing them under the bus. He does ask a lot
Yeah.
of questions about
He
Angel's
just has
game,
a big male
but
ego,
he
everybody.
doesn't.
Yeah, definitely.
A big
He
male New
just
York ego, right?
exactly. He doesn't. Yeah, it just doesn't take it to the level, Red and Milky Way. Everybody comes in the chat and they give really good analysis. I love some of the commentary that I see in there until you get somebody doing something dumb, right? And and the best thing, what I'm gonna say to you, chat, is when you see somebody coming in sowing discourse like that, if you ignore them, they'll go away. You know why? Because then you're not entertaining their conversation. You'll skip right over him and finish to with the person question that was above of that individual and
It's
finish and just
that.
act like they're not even there. Sometimes
It's
when you
that.
do that, you'll see
It's that, or
people
you ask them
just
one
jump out
basketball
of that.
question and they don't respond properly, and then you ignore them.
Yeah, you just some people just want the attention. They really do, and I know it's hard because it's just nature in us to be able to do certain those things. And it says,
Oh man,
"At
what they
Tony,
say is so
y'all need to
stupid and so
check the
crazy.
volume."
Yeah, you just ignore them because yeah, they're just looking
And
for
this is
attention.
the language also. I got you, big girl. I'm gonna talk to I'll talk to Keisha more about that. Because I do know sometimes they get to just be off the chain. I get it. I get it. This is the moment where we're here. If y'all have something y'all want me to bring up with the team, this is time to let me know, and I'll bring it up to the team, and so we can try and fix some of those things.
Well,
It's all, and it's definitely always good to ask questions, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
right? Otherwise, you
yeah.
don't have the answers to the questions, right? There's just different things like that. We here on the panel, and I know I like to say right a lot. We
It's
Louisiana people
okay.
sometimes we answer ourselves. That's just
well,
the way it
Vegas,
is.
Vegas is
Correct.
slowly
So
creeping back if Dallas doesn't get it together.
yeah, they slowly. Yeah, game just started. So, guys, look. With that being said, I appreciate you all coming in the building. Thank you, panel MSL. You're always welcome up here. ADP. Thank y'all for coming up here, rocking with me. We giving some good analysis. I just wanted to come up and just give my spiel about the incident yesterday,
Tony,
but
can I say one
after
thing?
I've had an opportunity to really think about it, sure, go ahead.
I just want to say, guys, that Tony is doing an awesome job. You guys, you don't see everything that Tony does, and I can't imagine with her job, but she still comes and she shows up regardless. So I am so proud of
Yeah,
Tony, guys. She is a part of my heart and my
thank you.
family. So I just want to say thank you, Tony, for being you. She didn't change up, guys. She's a keep it real type of person. What you see is what you're gonna get. She's the
Yes.
real deal.
Yep.
Okay, that's it,
Oh
Tony.
Lord, Goon done walked in the building.
We done
Goon done
brought
walked in
Goon
the
in.
building. Goon, we getting ready
Oh,
to leave. Goon.
Gould made a
You
late
know when
appearance.
Goon entered the
No,
building,
Tony said she
you
going to
know when
watch the
he
game.
get in the
She
building,
ain't
the
got
first
time
thing
to
he
play with
says
you.
somebody ain't shit.
What,
Every time, every time. Hey, live, laugh, love. You're so welcome. You're so welcome.
But then Gould loves Chicago. Gould claim he love all the black players and hate all the Orioles and the white ones, but then he loves Chicago.
well, look, he can't help who he like, guy. You know, Goon gonna be
Yeah,
Goon.
yeah.
He love
So
Tony though. He love Tony.
so the team that
Yes,
treat all the black players like crap, he like and which is it, and why is that? Because Data Evans used to play there. Like I don't understand that one. Or because
He
Rakia's
told
from
look,
Detroit.
let's go
Like
Chicago.
Chicago Sky.
Look, he told you myself. He told you myself. Let's go, Chicago Sky. Twilight Tony is
apparently,
doing awesome job. I love her
Oh,
commentary
they
and her
pouring in. See,
basketball insight.
Tony.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have no idea how much that means to me. I definitely appreciate you. I just want to come here and do a good job for you guys. I know you're gonna tell me when I'm wrong. Hey, and then I'm not always right, right? But I'm gonna tell you a lot of times I am. That's the sarcastic.
ADP, big girl called you mushy.
I know she talking about that go ADP with the mushy stuff,
Yes,
but that's when that's when the love stopped pouring in. See, people thinking Tony. See, big girl, I know. Look, let me tell you something. You never know when people need encouragement or need certain things. We don't know what kind of day Tony had. She didn't come here saying what type of day she had. She could have had somebody got on her nerves today, but just by giving just a simple respect,
I'm gonna tell y'all something. You said that, Keisha. I mean, ADP, and you know what I did? I had a really, really intense morning, but it panned out as it always do because I'm a very calm person. And as it pans out, we just keep moving forward, right? There's not too much that can get under my skin, but once it gets under my skin, I'm a whole totally different person. I'm extremely calm, but you know, it took being a wife and a mother for me to be extremely calm like this. Because before I was a Hellcat, you couldn't tell me ish.
No.
You couldn't tell me
Unless
nothing.
it
I fought
changes,
with
Vegas is
everybody.
getting a break speed off of them.
Yeah, I'm about to get over there right now. Hey, y'all, let's get on over there to Keisha.
Okay.
I appreciate you guys. I get the music up.
Which
I
game?
want to
Which game
say
are they
this
doing,
while
Tony?
we close it out again.
Aces.
Thank you for the panel. Right now they're doing the Aces and Wings game. I'm gonna put up my cover here. Y'all know how it is. We get the cover up. Hey, where we at? Come on. There we go. We
See y'all
are
later.
getting ready to shut this down, guys. Thank y'all so much. The Atlanta Dream made a statement with the huge win, and I just want to make sure I close this out right. They made
they
a
scored
huge
100 something
statement,
points, right?
with this win.
Boy Lace
Showing
with
that they-
17 points,
Exactly, 102.
5 and 6 shooting.
Amazing, yes. Boy Lace with 17. Showing they're one of the hottest
Shout out
teams
to
in the
Izzy.
WNBA right now, y'all.
What you said, Tony? What you said?
Shout out. Is that what you said? Is that what you said? Shout out to Izzy?
No, I did, yeah.
No.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
right. Our Izzy, sorry. Not the one with the fake wig. Our Izzy.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
I'm sorry, Tony. That was bad. I'm sorry, Tony. That was bad. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, which one are you talking about?
No, our
Angel
Izzy.
Reese
Shout out to
continues
our
to
Izzy.
dominate
Boy
the
Lace.
glass. Yeah.
The smooth criminal,
Lace,
according to
yes,
Angel,
Lace.
right? The
I
smooth
got
criminal.
what you were saying after that. Yeah, I got what you said after that. Yeah. But
Easy
we
Boy
definitely,
Lace.
although Angel went through what she went through, she continues to dominate the glass no matter what. Although she didn't have a great shooting first half,
11
she still
offensive
dominated the
rebounds,
glass.
the second
So
most in
what
WNBA
they wanted-
history.
Right. What they wanted to do was keep her off the glass, and they did not do that. Bam. That's all I can say about that, because that is absolute fact. And then we move on, and I want to say shout out to Alicia Gray and Ryan for stepping up in this game, giving us a great offensive set throughout. Although again, the first quarter was crazy. Putting up the numbers that they have, when those two are on, and you get Angel rolling, and then you add a fourth player like Borlace, we definitely greatly appreciate it. It shows your dominance from this team, and this team looks really look ready to go on a deep run. So it's going to be interesting to see how they play when they play the Fever on Thursday. So let us know in the comments, was Isabelle Harrison ejection the right call, or
Well, I hope
no?
she's suspended for 3 to
I'm gonna
5
say-
games.
She should be, but we're going to keep it moving. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more WNBA coverage right here on Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Until next time, stay blessed and keep supporting women's basketball, women's hoop, and definitely keep supporting me over here at Court Vision with So Pretty Tony.
Tony,
With that
before
being
you
said,
go,
panel guys,
Tony, before you go, can I
what
ask
you
you one
got?
question?
go ahead.
What did you think of the press conference when it first started with Leash and Izzy, since we brought her up, and then that Izzy goes,
I did watch it.
we support Angel 100%. She goes through a lot. You think they were told not to answer any questions, and that's why her and Leash were looking at each other pertaining to Angel. But Izzy basically said what she wanted to say without like getting in trouble. What did y'all think about that moment? Because they kept looking and smiling at each other.
I'm gonna go and watch it. I did not watch the whole thing. I saw clips of it because I was just trying to wrap my head around the whole scenario of what happened with Angel.
Fair enough.
Like I said, it frustrates you, but when I saw her in tears, it did something to me, right? Because she's such a hard worker, and so I tried not to get too into the rest of that, but I am gonna go watch the interview tonight before I go to sleep. I'm going to watch that interview. I think it's important for me to watch it all the way through from start to finish, all the way from the players to the coach. And then I'm going to take a deep look at that. But yeah, absolutely, guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's go ahead and get on over there to the Players Club and finish watching the Wings and Aces game. With that, thank you all so much. And I will catch you on the next